Akira Ono is the creator of Infinity Game, but after 15 years he's shutting down the servers, for good this time, saying goodbye to the fans and his favorite character, the Demon Lord of the Great Empire, named Kunai Hakuto. When the clock hits 0, Akira sees a flash of light, going to a world where God abandoned it. He wakes up as Kunai Hakuto, his favorite Demon Lord character. Deciding he must be in Infinity Game, Hakuto is annoyed, not wanting to be an old man, but to be in his prime as a young man. Realizing if it's his game, he can test this out. By using his administrator privileges, he looks into the UI's layout, coming to the conclusion he's not in his original game. He lights a cigarette to see a small blonde-haired girl deciding to get into character as Kunai. Suddenly a monster appears, and the creature tells him he plans to eat him. Kunai is pushed, using a red beam chain attack. Defeating the monster, the young girl is very scared, calling him a demon lord. The two introduce each other, with her name being Aku. Aku tells him they're in the kingdom of the Holy Light, with the people being religious, worshipping the cherub, and the holy maidens, holy knights, and the holy church. Kunai is annoyed by how generic this game is. He tells the girl to go take a bath, seeing as she's very filthy, but the girl being ecstatic, having never seen such a quality bath before, with the water never looking as clear. While in the bath, Aku is very worried though, wondering if this is a ploy so that he may eat a clean meal. But then she looks behind to see him opening up a wormhole, with him retrieving soap and a bath towel for her, using all his skill points to do so. To get his points back, Kunai realizes that he has to either fight or learn new skills, so he starts to ask Aku about the Greygall monster that he defeated. With the monster being considered very strong in this world, Kunai sees her injuries and decides to carry her. This makes her cry, as back in the village, she's treated very poorly. Kunai starts to test her more, with her being literate, with the two of them speaking and having the same language. Next they talk about the wishing shrine, with it being able to grant wishes. Inside he smells danger, being the smell of bodies. On a throne sits the idol, being the one to send the demon lord here, with these bodies being the one that brought him here. And the Greygall was meant to counteract this. The idol can't take him back, but gives him a skull ring as a gift, being the last person that she's going to be seeing, with the idol admitting that she's turned into a very impure form as a result of so many bad wishes, boasting that she used to look very beautiful. When he comes out, Aku asked him, what wish did he make? Did he wish to rule the world, or to poison the people? Kunai takes offense to this, and then he wants to go to the capital, asking Aku to draw him a map. The girl blurts out how she wants him to take her with him, shocking the man, with her explaining that she was casted out by the village, as to be eaten by the monster. He agrees, so he allows her to come with him. Aku then asks, can they go back to her village, so she can get whatever remaining belongings she had and bring with her. On the way there, Hakuto asks why the capital hasn't policed this area, with Aku explaining her village was cursed, unable to have any clean necessities, with it also being very far away from the capital. When Aku arrives at the village, the demon lord hides, telling Aku he's gonna be behind her. Very mean men walk up to come terrorize the child, throwing rocks at her. Hakuto tries to step in, when the ring stops him, giving off a very dark aura, talking to him, telling him to eliminate all of them from this world. With him not wanting to do so, the ring starts to ask him, if that's the case, then why did he make Infinity Game, and why was the game so twisted and dark? An image of himself stops the ring and helps him jump into action, with the men asking him to spare him, asking if the sacrifice wasn't good enough. He tells Aku to go get her stuff, with her complying, but also mentioning that he's the demon lord. Hearing this, the men curse at Aku, calling her trash, and other very bad remarks, pissing off Kunai, with him burning the buildings, the village, and then leaving. Aku starts to ask, why would he do something like that for someone like her? Hakuto tells her not to let other people put her down, or to tell her what she's worth. The next day, a chariot surrounded by knights is off to fight the demon lord. Inside rides Elegant Luna, being one of the 3 saints of the Holy Kingdom, but she's extraordinarily very selfish. Chief of the Moles is getting ready to ambush the carriage. Later, Hakuto decides it's time to set up a camp, using survival and defense cubes, constructing a base, with Aku praising him. While Aku is bathing, Hakuto guesses he's going to have to find something with the same level of power as the idol, thinking if he's really wanting to go back home, wondering what kind of life is waiting for him back there, also wondering if he also still has a job, given how much time he's been here for. Aku comes out of the bath, happy, sleeping in his bed, looking at him as a father figure. The next day, the mole group is waiting around, noticing the two of them walking. Kunai sees them, and they rush in to attack them. The mole chief talks to him, having the face of Akira's boss, and he mistakes him as his manager, and the two men argue about how old they look. Luna finds them, with the bandits running away, hurting Hakuto, with Luna being at the max level in the game. Hakuto wants an apology, with Luna having no care for his life, introducing herself as the Elegant Luna, with him obviously insulting her elegant name. Luna, feeling insulted, orders for the men to attack. Hakuto dispatches them all, then picking up the girl, and deciding to spank her as a punishment, with the Demon Lord admitting he's enjoying it. Hakuto is pleased, having taken her money away as compensation. Aku is worried about Luna's butt. Luna has a sore butt now, laying on her chest, with her following the two of them in a carriage. In the market city, Yahoo, Hakuto again points out how bad the naming is in this country, then decides to buy random stuff with Luna's money, saying in his defense, the situation could have went a lot worse, being an Arage route, staying at the Googly Inn, at their best room. Then he takes Aku to Fashion Check to buy her new outfits, being the most expensive dresses with 1 gold coin. Aku returns with a dress out of a fairy tale, and this is where he notices that she has a different color eye. Hakuto then buys the rest of the clothes in the store. Later on, they start eating at a fancy restaurant, with the rest of the customers starting to make rumors about Hakuto and about his money. While they're eating, Luna kicks down the door, starting a commotion in the restaurant, wondering how does he have the gall to use all her money. Hakuto tells her to sit down and to be quiet, unless she wants another punishment. Hakuto then gets up, taking a bow in front of everyone and apologizing, telling the customers that he's sorry that they had to see that, ordering them all a bottle of wine. Luna is still very angry though, with him using all her money, showing up later at the hotel, with her blushing, putting how he took all her money, so now she can't stay at a hotel. Hakuto asked her why she didn't just camp out with her troops. The girl crying, telling him that she sent all of them home, so the Demon Lord realizes that she wants to hang out with him, and Aku urges him to be nicer to Luna, so he decides to give her money back and to simply ask her to leave him alone. But Luna wants to stay with him at the hotel. That night, another sister is on her chariot, rushing into the city to find Luna, angered about how much trouble she's caused. That night in the end, Luna and Aku get along with each other and take a bath, wanting to do some bath time shenanigans. Hakuto goes to the collector's shop and starts an open trade with the collector, trading his teacup, hoping to make a profit, selling the teacup he just made for a gold coin, but also telling the collector that he must promise that if he's going to sell the teacup, to sell it for 5 gold coins. When he gets out the store, he hears the voice of Queen, yelling trying to find Luna, with her army surrounding her, also mentioning if there is this so-called Demon Lord that he must show himself. Hakuto becomes worried, with Queen giving off the crazy eyes look. When Luna comes out, Queen yells at her, asking her why does she leave without telling anyone, and then rushing off like she's gonna go fight the Demon Lord, but ultimately admitting that there's no such thing. Luna tells her that she was able to charm the Demon Lord, and that the Demon Lord is obsessed with her butt. Hakuto agrees that some of that is particularly true. Just then, the followers of the Demon Lord appear and attack Queen, with Queen unimpressed. The two sisters are enjoying the fight, wanting to cause more pain to the men. One of the leaders in the black cloak uses all his darkness in his chest to defeat them, summoning the Hades mud, taking away all their divine protections. Hakuto's ring is angered, asking him why does he hesitate, wondering why doesn't he just end them all there. Straining his body, he looks for a way out, with the only way out being to do a character change, changing into Zero Kirasami. Kirasami has no memory of Hakuto, or of his original characteristics, or of his creator, but is simply annoyed seeing a woman and child being injured, deciding to defeat the enemies with his bare hands. With Queen smitten by the man, with his personality and abilities flattering her, with his personality and abilities being so aggressive, Queen falls for him instantly, asking for his name, being Queen's type in every way, with her unable to act normally. The man that released Hades was able to escape right before Zero Kirasami defeated everyone. Aku finds Hakuto, yelling at the wall. Hakuto is mad that he used Zero, finding his persona embarrassing. At a bar, the girlish boy and the great swordsman, Mikan, are low on money, taking a quest as bounty hunters to get their next payday. Just when they're about to take on their next quest with a sand wolf they see a bounty for Diablo. The bartender gives them the information on this new bounty. In Luna's carriage, the three of them are headed to their next destination. Hakuto asks why she doesn't just have her soldiers here. The girl responds with telling him that he's her new bodyguard. Kunai is confused, questioning when and where did he agree to do any of this. Luna tells him to shut up, seeing that he's secretly happy to be with her, calling him a dirty old man, telling him he hasn't been able to forget about her butt. Aku expresses that she's so happy. Hakuto wants Luna to change, seeing how her holy outfit stands out too much. Luna is embarrassed, thinking he wants her to change into something more tantalizing, but the both of them assure him that it's a very normal outfit with a button-down collar shirt. Yukikaze and Mikan are in the barren wasteland of the desert, fighting off sand wolves, but instantly start running away when they see a pack of them. Hakuto suggests that he go outside to go take a smoke break while she changes. Luna doesn't buy it, persisting that he's gonna go and try and sneak a peek at her butt. Hakuto is told by the horse rider that a bunch of sand wolves are coming. On the outside, Diablo looks very calm, but on the inside, he doesn't know how he's gonna handle this. After seeing his barrier is strong enough to defeat them, he gives off an attack. While talking how he thinks Hakuto would, Hakuto leaves, telling the two troublemakers not to give other people involved in their mess. The bounty hunters realize that that was the demon lord. With Yukikaze worried, her chastity is in danger. Aku's heart flutters, happy to be with Hakuto, with Luna acting like a tsundere, wanting to know his thoughts on her clothing, with the man affirming they do suit her. The group takes a rest. Hakuto yells out in relief, as the last battle gave him enough points to summon one of his minions, letting out a maniacal laugh. Luna is convinced he's an idiot, and he's thinking about doing something dirty. Diablo makes one of his outside bases, letting the two of them rest and take a bath. Noticing again Aku's busted ankle, offering the same to the horse driver, but he turns down the offer, so he lets them have a Tabasco stick to take the edge off. Hakuto admires this, that the coachman didn't run away for his life when in battle, letting him know that he's impressed. Hakuto summons one of his aides, with their skills worth him more than 1,000 other people. For his first summon, he brings in Yu Kirino, being a genius scientist who could come up with something for their magical defenses, but weighs in that she is a bit sadistic, with a short temper, also being really weird around little boys. Yu Kirina is a 20-year-old tall beauty. Hakuto is freaking out, seeing one of his characters come to life. He gets over this and gives her a briefing of the situation. Hearing him out, she suggested that they make the Nightless City, being the final area in his game. You suggest they take over the world as well, being the real reason that they were brought here. Hakuto agrees, telling her she's not allowed to take a life though. Yu's first task is to fix Aku's leg. After hearing her analysis, he does agree that bringing her might have been a little bit dangerous though, because if she senses weakness, she'll easily take over the world. Yu's first task is to fix Aku's leg, and after some heavy breathing from Yu, Aku is able to walk normally, running for the first time. When they get to the back, Hakuto praises Yu and her work, reaffirming it was right to pick her first, touching her, awakening something in the woman, feeling love for the first time being acknowledged by her creator, bringing tears to her eyes. Happy things are different now. And this is where we're going to leave off in today's video. If you like this video, here's another one just like it, so go check it out. I'm going to break down this anime into multiple parts. Now if you like the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll be uploading more daily videos just like this one. So I'll see you next time.